Good morning, everyone. Hello. Wow, we have a great turnout. Fantastic to see so many people here today. My name is Dan Kramer. I'm the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry for the City of Stevens Point. And on behalf of the city, as well as the Groholski family, I can't tell you how thrilled we are to see everyone here today. To make it even more fitting, we got a beautiful sunny day, and it's the 51st anniversary of Earth Day. So not only are we celebrating Earth Day today, but it certainly is fitting. Earth Day stands for causing awareness and bringing awareness to our natural resources and to our environment, raising awareness for reducing pollution. Here we stand today in front of 9.25 acres that'll be preserved for generations to come and will stand right alongside that purpose. We have so many people to thank today that we're going to get through, starting first and foremost with Judy and her family, which we'll come to towards the end of the speech. This all began a year ago. So in April of 2020, most of us were being sent home to work from home, and there was a lot of chaos in the world, as we know. Where did everyone go? They went to parks, right? Parks is what we were all using and calling attention to. We got an email, which turned into phone calls, turned into more correspondence with Judy and her family. And Judy had a vision. She said she wanted to preserve this piece of property, and she wondered if the city was willing to be a partner to make that a reality. We started looking at our documents. The mayor and the Parks Department has an initiative, a commitment to allowing all residents to have a 15-minute walk to a park. When we looked at this corridor of the city, we discovered there was a hole in this location. You had to walk more than 15 minutes. We immediately knew Judy's vision, her thought, her foresight, met and aligned with our goals and our strategy of what we were trying to do for our residents. We got excited. We continued to meet. We continued to talk. We found a private partner, Rutler Corporation, that came along and said they wanted to do whatever they could to help honor the family's wishes, the city's goals, honor John, and make this a reality. Ross Rutler and his team, Rebecca I think is also here today, they spent a lot of time with us making sure that they could get a total understanding of what that could be. You see back here behind me the full vision for what the park will be. First off, it's going to conserve it. It's going to have wetland that's going to be preserved, not developed. We're going to have walking trails. We're going to have a green space. We're going to have off-street parking so you don't have to walk so far to get in here. There's so many tremendous values recreationally for our community, for our residents, for the family, for our park system. It truly is remarkable. So we have to thank Ross and the private partnership, as well as all of our public support. Our park commissioners, many of them are here today. If your park commissioners could just raise your hand. They stood lockstep and said this is the right thing to do. If the family is so gracious and willing to work with us, let's make this happen. The mayor was a huge proponent, a huge supporter from the beginning. Said let's see what we can do to make this work. The Common Council, when it came before them, unanimously said let's make this thing a park. Let's honor John, the family's wishes, and make this happen. We finished the approval in late 2020. We thought we should wait for a beautiful day, Earth Day at that, to celebrate it. So today we're going to dedicate it in John's honor. We're going to cut a ribbon and celebrate. But before we do, or after we do that, we're going to transition the torch to the Parks, Recreation, Forestry crew, who is also here today in the back. And you guys can raise your hands. They're going to take the vision that we have and bring it to fruition. You can see they've already started on some of it. The next few years, you're going to see a lot of excitement around this parcel. We can't wait for all of you, the family, everyone to be a part of it. With that, before I introduce the next speaker, I have to call special attention to Judy. None of this is possible without Judy coming to the city and talking with us. I've enjoyed to get to know Judy. We've talked about John, we've talked about the wishes. Your generosity, your vision, your thought of preserving this, I couldn't be happier to stand here as the Director of Parks today with our crew, the community, your family. Sincerely, we owe you a great debt of gratitude, and generations to come will walk past this sign. They'll see the Groholski name, and they'll know it was only possible because of your vision. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Before we turn it to Judy, my pleasure to introduce you to the Mayor of Stevens Point, Mike Wiesa.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for coming out today on this gorgeous Earth Day to celebrate a wonderful addition to the Stevens Point Parks system because of Judy and her family's donation. I couldn't think of anything more fitting, as Dan said, to remember John and the legacy in having this facility here for everybody to enjoy. I know it was pointed out a little bit by Director Kramer, but nothing in the city really happens as a single decision or a one person or a one department decision. It's always a community pulling together. And I think that's extremely evident because I see members of the Moose here, I see the Parks Commissioners, I see the Portage County Business Council, and citizens pulling together in support of this project. And I want to thank especially the Portage County Business Council for being here because they understand how valuable our park systems are to not only just getting people out and enjoying nature, but to economic development. It's a critical piece of when people choose to build or live or work in a community is what does their park system look like? And as Dan mentioned, we have a commitment to provide no more than a 10-minute walk from any address in the city to a park system. This fills that gap. It fills another gap because out in this area, I mean, most of you probably remember 15, 20 years ago, this was natural. And we're developing, the city's growing, the community's growing. And we want to make sure that as we grow, we incorporate those parks, that reconnection with nature to everybody who lives in the city. So I want to thank you all for coming out. I want to thank you all for being supportive of the project. I'm looking forward to it coming to fruition. Thanks to the Rutler Corporation for being part of this as well. None of this could happen without the Groholski family and all of your support. Thank you very much.
We do have Ross Rutler here today. Ross, if you'd like to say a few words.
Yeah, first off, I want to thank Director Kramer and Judy for including us as part of this process. As a local group, a local company here in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, we take a great deal of pride in helping, working with our local folks. We're very, very excited about this project. I think, like the mayor alluded to and what Dan alluded to as well, is parks and outdoor open space, passive and active outdoor recreation, now more than ever, as you see what's happened with COVID. These spaces are really, really important to our community. So talking about regionally where this park is located, providing additional access not only to Stevens Point but people in Plover, I think it's a great project for our community and we're very happy to be part of it again. So thank you guys so much.
Excellent. All right, we also have Judy here today, so we'll go ahead and turn it over to Judy.
Okay, first of all, I know that John would be very happy to see his woods being preserved. He purchased the property from his parents. At one time, he was all set to develop it into lots, and then he was working as an electrician and became an electrical contractor and realized he didn't have to do that. He could keep it just the way he wanted it. And that's what we've done for the past so many years, I won't say. And I know that he would be very pleased with what's being done here today.
Great, excellent, thank you.
All right, well, the main event, we're at the point where we're gonna go ahead and unveil the newest park in our park system. If we could bring the ribbon up. Any family members that you'd like to come
Yes,
up
they're
with
coming.
the photo?
They're coming
Excellent.
up.
All right, we'll go on 3. We'll unveil the sign and cut the ribbon at the same time. All right? Everybody count together. 1, 2, 3.